Well, unfortunately, we're expecting rain and it's about to start, so Ja's going out now, and then I'm gonna go off and do our vlog. Yeah, sadly, they're expecting 2 full days of rain. So what we're vlogging today, not in the rain, luckily, is a friend of Vicki Hamilton, someone that Vicki turned me on to, and she's an artist that does some amazing work, so we're gonna meet her today. All right, my friends, this is my new friend, Laurie. Now, Laurie, I'm gonna tell you how Vicki was able to spark my interest with you is that she said, so I have an amazing artist friend who Slash is now in love with and is posting photos of her work and is gonna buy her work. And I go, huh, come again? Because I know Slash is an artist, and then I went and looked at your Instagram and I said, I wanna meet her so bad. Now, all I know about you really, other than that you're just such a sweet person, is that you got started when you were 4 years old.
Yeah, I started drawing when I was 4 years old.
And you only use pencil, which I
pencil
love.
On paper, and everyone told me to stop it. All the galleries said, don't you paint? We don't show pencil. This is ages ago, now they do. And they said, oh, we really, really like your work, but can't you add color? Or we really, really like your work, but can you not do something so disturbing? So I had a struggle. And
as artists do.
Yeah, I had a waitress in my 20s just to, you know, I was so tired when I came home, you know, to draw and everything. But now, oh, I was such bliss to just wake up and draw. It's so wonderful. I'm so grateful to whoever is in control of these things.
I totally agree. I feel the same way as you. Now, this is actually, you told me this is the piece that Slash wants.
Yeah, this is called I'm Fine, Thanks. And it's about, you know, the way we present on social media and what's actually happening.
And I mentioned to you when I got here, I said I noticed in a lot of your work, and I love it, is that, like, I call it chaos, but it's an organized chaos of there's always wires or cables or there's always a lot going on, which I think is always really interesting.
Well, the thing is that I can draw literally anything, and when I sit down for a drawing, I want to be challenged. And doing really complex wiring, I mean, you could follow each one around. It really is, I mean, I drive myself insane, basically. I try to challenge myself with every drawing.
I think it looks amazing. I love it. So let's move on. I want to show another piece that really kind of blew me away when we came in here, which is this one over here. Now, when I looked at this, I said, eerily, that resembles someone that has been on this channel, but it's somebody who I wasn't allowed to show their face. Now, you had a great story about this. Do you want to tell it?
Yeah, when I first moved to LA, I moved here from London, and I was in West Hollywood, and I saw a pink Corvette, and then this woman getting out, and I thought, holy, wow, this like personifies what I thought LA would be. So I couldn't believe my eyes. So I made this drawing because I did a show when I first came here at the Ace Gallery. It was called LA Surreal, like S-O-U-S, underneath reality, instead of surreal. And so I did this woman because I thought this was the LA that, you know, everyone thinks about, you know, these women trying all this plastic surgery. And also in West Hollywood, everyone has a dog. And so this dog has a more like a human face than she does. And also, the dog has human feet, and she has dog feet on her dress.
Oh, yeah.
And the sidewalks are West Hollywood sidewalks. I had to constantly look down when I first moved to
Oh, yeah, they're all broken and...
And a kid, I posted this online, and someone said to me, I know how you did those leaves. You use Photoshop. And I posted back, no, darling, I drew every fucking leaf.
So tell us about this one, Laurie. I love this one. I noticed this one as soon as we walked in.
It's behind plastic, so it's not really sharp. If you go to my website, you can see it's sharper. But it's called Selfie. And that was a challenge, doing every single face.
I know, that's amazing. There's a face in every single panel.
Except on him.
That is incredible. I love your concepts. What inspired this? Was there a moment, or is this something you think about quite a bit? I noticed you have a couple of selfie.
Yeah, it's just what's going on right now. I mean, the whole thing, I'm doing this stuff I made up a terminology, techno-rococo. And it's about technology and how it's taken over our lives, and we're living behind screens. And I'm very isolated here. I work a lot. So my social life is on social media networks. And I thought that's so bizarre. I'm alone in a room socializing. So I also made a drawing called that, Alone in a Room Socializing. My whole life is behind a screen, and these persona, there are some like trolly people who are very, very nasty, but if you meet them in real life, they're like tiny little women or something.
Oh, yeah.
This whole thing about socializing behind the whole screen, and emojis, human emotions are just simplified into these little balls.
Into literally thumbs ups, you know?
And thumbs ups. Virtual reality. And the thing is that we're wrecking the earth, but we can put on these little virtual reality glasses and pretend we're not, and we're in paradise or wherever.
That's incredible. I love that.
And in this picture there were other little houses scattered around. This one here.
Oh yeah.
You see, unlike modern art, you have to really look at my work. It's not like a color field or a slash or a drip. You have to really, really look at my work. I took a long time, and I'm hiding all kinds of stuff in there.
How long would a piece like this take you?
You know, I just get up and draw. If I thought, when I confront a big white piece of paper, and I thought, oh my God, this is going to take me 6 months, I would be very depressed and start drinking. So I don't think about it. I just get up and draw, and I go, all right, today I'm going to do this section, or today I'm going to do this. So I don't really know, I don't want to know how long they take me, because they take me a very long time.
That's amazing. That you could just like put that out of your mind. I love that.
I listen to music, and I listen to...
What kind of music inspires you?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes I do opera, sometimes I do Motown, sometimes, just jazz. A lot of times I listen to the BBC iPlayer, their radio shows.
Wow, that's interesting.
And podcasts that are like serial dramas. So I'm it's like looking at a film while I'm drawing.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it is nice.
Now, do you want to talk about this one? This is really detailed.
This is called Default Setting. And it's just being inhuman, being technologic-sized.
A remote control in one hand, a phone in one hand.
And the goggles on with headphones. People are walking around not looking or hearing anything.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up before this stuff happened, so that's how I can see how weird it is.
Do you find yourself falling into it?
Oh God, yeah. That's why yeah, that's how I can depict it so realistically.
Almost autobiographical.
It's autobiographical, and then again, it's about what's going on in our society right now.
So this, Laurie, is one that you are working on presently. Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, it's called Newsfeed, and I'm trying to slow myself down. So I made 1,000 million billion icons that I have to draw, and it's all on these conveyor belts going around and around and around, and all these screens, these are profile pics. They're going to turn into computer screens that are going to turn into buildings that are going to turn into stars.
Wow.
No, exactly. I'm insane. No one's stopping me.
Wow.
It's really, really nuts. The thing is, I don't think anyone could forge my work because no one would be that
I know
crazy.
it would take so much time just to do that.
It wouldn't be worth the effort.
Wow. I mean, you just have so much going on in here. I love it.
So first I have to make the cartoon, and I have to because this is out of my head. This is all out of my head. So what I do, I'll just show you.
Yeah.
For perspective, I like put a pin here and to make the perspective viable, because it has to look real. So it has to look like it's sitting on the page. So this is this is how I do it for the string theory.
That's amazing. Yeah. That makes so much sense.
I went to the best art school in America, Carnegie Mellon University, and I went in the 70s, and they didn't teach you perspective, how to draw, anything. So I cut my classes, and I went to the library, and I copied the masters. And meanwhile,
Who are your favorite artists?
Van Eyck, Memling, Rembrandt.
I love Rembrandt.
Yeah. Goya.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go on. But no one in the 20th century, really. Oh, no, that's not true. I'm very bad with names right now because I'm in my 60s, so names leave me. But there's a couple that I like. But, you know, just new, real. But in my university, they were saying, Laurie, stop it. You know, it's just drawing for drawing's sake. Just make a mark. It doesn't matter. You know, don't illustrate or whatever. And, you know, figurative was a curse word.
Really?
Yeah. It's coming back. I mean, it never left. It started
I feel like the rules for art now are that there are no rules anymore.
Well, there never was, really. But now it's
But
like,
now people have adopted, you know, that mentality.
God, it's so depressing. But sometimes you see, Kerry James Marshall is another one. Someone said, oh, you have to come in and see this show. And I went, oh, okay. You know, because you get bored after a while. And I went in and I started crying because it was so unique and well done and powerful. But when you see something, it's wonderful, but there's so much crap out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, when I looked at the one on the left, I recognized someone in there. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, this is called My Social Media Self. And
that's you.
There's a thumbs up, but all over the place. I'm blocking, I'm deleting. And those are like balls from Instagram. That's another one. I tried to challenge myself compositionally. I know, you know, that is really, really hard to do because this is the paper. See, if I was painting that, I could just make a white line.
Yeah.
And that would take no time.
But you have to create shadow.
And I have to draw around this. That takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of hours. So painting this would take me a quarter of the time. God knows why I'm drawing it. But yeah, I mean, it's really a challenge to me. And someone said, oh, Laurie, you can't paint and you can't add color and that's why you're doing it. But no, actually, I can. I'm a very good painter and I love color, but this is very, very difficult. And if you draw at all, you will know what I'm talking about. It's incredibly difficult to do this. And look, these are little lines here. It's like all tiny little lines building up. I don't smudge anything at all because once you smudge, you cut out the light. It flattens everything. So everything is, it's like an egg tempera painting from Van Eyck and the early Renaissance. They drew with tiny white lines like 2 hair brushes and then they glazed with the color. Mm-hmm. That's how I tried to paint actually and I failed. So then I started drawing like that with no color, but I automatically started drawing like that. So I've invented this way of drawing which no one in their right mind would copy. That was my first show in LA.
I love that.
That is 6 foot tall.
That piece of work?
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm a huge fan of the human body, so this one immediately grabbed my attention. Where did this come from?
Well, this is called binge watching. And although I don't binge watch because I prefer to draw, all my friends talk about it. So I thought I'd do a drawing about it. And I also did it to challenge myself because of the sheets. The sheets were nuts.
Oh, yeah.
And look, there's all tiny little lines. The sheets took me, I don't know how long. It took me 1,000 million years. I had to make it look real.
And then even her skin.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was tough too. And then I thought, what the hell is she, should she be holding a screen? And I thought, no, you blank. You're blank when you're binge watching, so that's why it's blank. You're not there.
Now here's more of kind of what I was talking about when I first came in. I was like, I immediately noticed just the organized chaos with all of the cables and the pipe and the wire and everything. Look at this. Every little screw is accounted for. Every little shading on each little piece.
And look, there's a whole pile of likes. This is called like, dislike. And when you think about computers and you think about what's going on, there's tons of wiring, there's tons behind the scenes. Also, what struck me about computers and technology as well is when I'm vacuuming, I get caught up in wires all over the place.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know there's wireless stuff now, but it's still tons of stuff going on.
Oh yeah, as a musician, I used to fight that constantly.
Yeah.
You could never keep your cable straight.
No.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, that is... God, I love your art.
Well, this is called Alone in a Room Socializing. And as you can see, his friends are the wallpaper. They're like two-dimensional. Everyone's two-dimensional online. And then he's got his little emojis there. And that's him online.
Look at the eyes. Just that blank Roman statuesque stare.
With the mouth open.
Now this is insane. How big would you say this one is?
I think it's 6 foot by 9 foot.
There are not many people that would want to take on a project that big, a piece of paper that big, a blank idea to be that big, and this is where you took it.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I'm saying. I like challenging myself. Why should I bore myself? Why would I repeat or bore myself? I mean, this is
the motherboard of it all.
Yeah, it's like tiny, tiny, itsy bitsy. And look, that's the paper right there. And this man is Skyping. He's an emoji. It's called interface. He's all over the board, as it were.
Probably computer dating. Taking all these photos.
My dream is to do a really, really big drawing, like a technological thing, like in the lobby of Google or Yahoo or something. I mean, just a huge techno or cocoa drawing. It would blow everyone's mind. That would be so cool.
I think you're right. I think that would be unbelievable.
Oh.
Would you do it on a like a piece of paper like this, or would you ever consider going and doing it directly onto the wall where they could cover it with?
It have to be on paper, because I know.
Do you find that you work best in one space? Like, do you work best here, or could you work in if somebody said, hey, here's a space to work in, preparing for a gallery or something?
As long as I'm comfortable, because I have to sink in, because this stuff takes a lot of concentration. So I need to be comfortable. I would prefer to work in my own space and then take it out. I mean, But now I mean, the black alone took weeks, because it's not like that. It's lines overlaid to be black. And look, these are lines. It's all overlaid.
Yeah, the
lines.
shadow and everything.
There's no smudging at all.
Wow.
Smudging is lazy.
Do you use a specific type of pencil that helps prevent that, or is it just technique?
I invented a way to keep my hand from the paper. I never touch the paper.
Would you mind showing us?
Yeah, sure. This is a mop handle that can be any length, and I hook it on here, and then I draw.
Oh, and you use that to rest your hand.
It's called Ossified, and it's kind of like a little study for a huge one that I'd like to do. I need someone to commission it though.
I love that. I always love heart imagery or human body type things.
That's an older one called Sinking into the Act of Love. And there's hundreds of faces going into the light. And this is saying, roses are red, violets are blue. If you love me, I will love you. And there's two people running towards each other like Disney. I did a lot of shows on themes. So I did shows on relationships. I did shows on Goya, with Goya. I had Goya.
No kidding.
I had Goya come from Spain to London to the Cervantes Institute and a show called Sleep of Reason. And that was amazing. I even got top billing.
Wow, good for you.
I know, it was great. And yeah, I had a show based on the Day of the Dead. That a lot of kids, you know, they have tattoos of my stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have a lot of Day of the Dead stuff. And in fact, this T-shirt was the All Saints store did a whole thing of Day of the Dead T-shirts ages ago. They're all sold out, but
that's amazing. In this day and age, have you considered merchandising your art onto T-shirts, something like that, a new medium?
I was speaking to somebody about the T-shirt thing because that was a really, you know, but I don't know. I only know how to draw, so.
Do you want to tell us about this one, Laurie? This one's pretty great.
All right, this is behind plastic as well. So if you go to laurielipton.com and look it up, it's called Democracy. And when I first moved here and I saw the political debates on television, I lived in England for 26 years and there are relatively intelligent political debates on there. And then I saw the ones here and I thought, wow, this is for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
So I did this thing called Democracy, and there's this bat of people, and he is on TV or video or whatever, and these are his heads. And of course I did every brick in the wall.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. And yeah, it's about the puppet. He's not in. He's the politician is not the one in control. It's the businessman.
Yeah, it's all the backers.
So yeah, that's what that was about. I'm very literal.
And I really like this one back in the corner. She has so much stuff that it's like, you know, all of these are works that we could be pulling out. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste so that you'll go check out her website and
yeah, all these works are like this is called the graveyard because these are leftovers from shows I've been doing for like 20 years. You know, usually you sell like the top percent and then you're left with all kinds of work. So this one that you're filming is called Tears, T-I-E-R-S, and it's a wedding cake. And you see the history of their marriage on the cake. And also in the background there's wallpaper. And on the wallpaper they're moving slowly apart as you go down.
Oh.
It's all kinds of stuff you have to watch, you have to look at.
Get my camera lens out of the way. Yeah, that's amazing.
And the flowers she's holding took me about 3 weeks to do. I did this drawing when I was about 7 or 8. My father bought me a rapidograph pen and I loved it. And so I started doing this. And my parents didn't know what to do with me because they didn't know artists in my family whatsoever.
Even then, you had the detail in the wings.
Yeah, even then.
So, if any of the people that watch this would like to get any of your art, where can they see it? How can they buy it? What's the best way to get a good view? I mean, you and I were talking, you just do such detailed work. It's almost like a picture online doesn't do it justice, but how would people contact you? What's the best way?
Well, no, it's true. When you see it on a computer screen, it looks like a nice, you know, photographic drawing or something, but when you see it in real life, there's a million billion lines, and it looks like an amazing complex drawing.
Yeah.
But I do have a website, and you can contact me through the website. It's LaurieLipton.com, L-A-U-R-I-E, Lipton like the tea.com, and there's a way to contact me, and also you can see all the stuff that is available. I also have prints that are available for people who can't afford an original, so no, that's a good way to do it. It's a good introduction at any rate.
That's excellent. Thank you for being on my channel today and letting us see your world. I love it. I absolutely love your art.
Oh, and thank you. I enjoyed meeting you. It was real fun. It was lovely. Thank you.
All right, we gotta head to the post office. Well, I haven't had to come here in a while. Gotta get the postcards out. All right, check it out. I got some mail from Merch 5. They sent me a new Joster shirt with a star in there, which I love, and a Lionheart logo shirt with the green sunglasses. Well, we're gonna call it a day, my friends. I want to send a big shout out, thank you to Ellie Carley and Pamela Wilder, and go check out Laurie's art. She's a great artist, as you saw today, and wow, I mean, the detail and the work that she puts in is unbelievable. She's literally created her own world right there on paper, so I love meeting people like that. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Goodbye.